Hey, what's up, Hip Hop Weekly? This is your boy GL, and I'm here with a special guest today, my girl Moniece.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is you mad? Is you worried? I'm back now, maybe you should hurry. Give me my respect, cause I'm worth it. Time to cut my check, I deserve it. It ain't my fault, you bitches worthless. Don't be mad, cause I'm perfect. I'm back, yeah, I'm better. I'm here to let you know, bitch, you never.
What's up, Moniece? Say hello to
Hello,
all my
the
people in Hip Hop Weekly land.
Hi, people in Hip Hop Weekly land.
So today is dope. Moniece allowed us to come in and spend some time with her on the set of her photo shoot for her new single, Queen of Diamonds.
My singles, Queen of
Singles?
Diamonds
Excuse me.
and Petty, and my EP cover for my EP titled The Naked Truth.
Right. So what's so dope is most people know you from VH1 and your personality on Love and Hip Hop, but they don't know how extensively you're involved in music.
Right.
You know, and as a matter of fact, on your social media, you know, you started posting videos of you doing, you know, songs in the studio, and I see like your fans are going crazy. They're like, "Oh my God, Moniece can really sing!" Like, what is that like to finally start getting the?
It's annoying, but it's also like people only know really what I show outside of TV. So if I'm not religiously posting my songs or my music or showing myself like actually working at it, I really can't expect them to know, because Love and Hip Hop really hasn't been a beneficial platform for me in terms of my music. I am grateful for the platform, and I'm grateful that it's allowed me the ability to regain my financial independence and provide for my son and financially, and to be able to give him a stable home environment. But I'm excited now for people to actually hear how much work I've put into this project.
You grew up in music. You know, you come from a musical family.
I do.
And you've had, people probably don't know, you've had record deals already.
Yeah, put some respect on my name.
What, you know, and so having navigated this industry and having those experiences, growing up in that, and not, like I said, people don't know that.
Yeah.
You know, so they look at you, half the time they're looking at you like, why are you on the show? Is it just because of Cam's dad, you know?
Yeah.
And they don't realize that you carry your own weight.
Right.
You know?
It's really interesting because a lot of people think that Drew is how I got on the show, and that's partially the case, but not fully. I actually knew all of the cast members from season 1 years before the show, and my name had been coming up constantly, and they had been looking for me already. And then it came out that I was signed to Con Live, and then when Cam's dad went in, I just so happened to be Cam's mom. And so they presented it to me like, oh, it's, you know, a chance for you to get back into your music and tell your story. And it's not that I didn't want to showcase my music season 1. I just had so many other pressing matters to tend to before I could really dump all my focus into that. And my dad is a 10-time Grammy Award-winning gospel singer, but he's worked with some of everyone's favorite, you know, singers. He got me the America's Next Top Model theme song gig right out of high school with one of our really good friends.
Shout out Sunny Ray.
Sunny Ray, who we grew up like brother and sister. And then I got signed twice. And
who did you sign with?
I signed with Con Live twice, once prior to being pregnant and once after. And then, yeah, in between, well, before signing to Con, how I actually met him was I had been in the studio with Detail, writing, and I co-wrote with him for Marcus Houston's album. I co-wrote with Detail for a new artist at the time on Universal, so that was actually how I met Con. And I was actually just singing up and down the hallways in the studio, and I never wanted to be in front. I always wanted to be a writer. So, yeah. But that was how that happened.
what is this music journey going to be like? Like, what are we going to get from Moniece? Are we going to get this, you know, and I know you personally, so it's so funny because people do know that I know you, and they ask me all the time, they're like, is she really like that? And my answer is like, hell yeah. Right. But within the context of that, you know, the way that they display everything, but you being a real person and being that in real life, you know, is that what they're going to get in the music? Are they going to get the passion that they see, and are they going to get just the realness? I think that's the...
Yeah, I mean, on this EP, it's really more of a vibe than anything. I haven't been in the studio this consistently in years. So before I dug really deep emotionally, which requires a really strong vocal delivery, I wanted to just kind of get my feet wet. I didn't want to put too much pressure on myself. But it's really fun, and it really is vibey.
Yeah.
And I actually did work with my dad on one of the records, an a cappella record. So he came in and did my a cappella background vocal arrangement. I even threw him in the booth to do the low notes.
Hey.
That song is titled Sixth Sense, and that one, because I worked so closely with my dad on that one, I think that's going to be my favorite one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm really excited, honestly, for the EP in itself, but I think Sixth Sense is the most vulnerable record.
Okay. So is there a story that the EP is going to tell, or is it just, like you said, it's a vibe, we're creating like a wave of music and where music is now and showing that you know, can fit into the music?
I don't think that this one really tells a story. I don't think this EP tells a story, but I am planning to head out to Atlanta as soon as I shoot the videos for these singles to start the storytelling EP, which I'm choosing to title Inpatient Treatment, because I think I'm just going to go really, you know, everybody's always poking fun at my being open with depression and anxiety and choosing medication and, oh, take your meds. Well, music at one point was very soothing, medicating, and therapeutic for me. I just didn't dig that deep on the first one, but I think I'm ready to dig that deep on the second one. And I think that one will tell more of a story. That one will have more of a progression. And I think that will be more of a heart wrencher, so to speak.
Yeah. I'm excited for that. You know, you were a really, really private person. As a matter of fact, when you reached out and you wanted to do this interview, I was like, you know, I called you. I was like, what? You want to do an interview? You don't do interviews.
I don't.
Because you're so private.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can we just, JoJo? Let's just pause for a second.
That miracle was real.
Pause for JoJo has to come here for a second. We gotta get JoJo. I'm sorry. I know that this is my guy JoJo.
What up, JoJo?
I've known JoJo for years. And JoJo is one of the producers and writers on the EP. And why JoJo and his team are really important, in all honesty, on more than just a production level. One, we've known each other for years. Two, we've been saying, oh yeah, let's get it in. But three, we sit in the studio and we have these talks. And it's been a really emotional journey, even though the EP isn't that emotional. And that's because I sit and I talk with JoJo and Justin and Water, and they absolutely encourage me. They don't make me feel crazy for messing up. They let me just let go. They deal with my little temper tantrums. But surprisingly, with them, I haven't felt any pressure, and there's nothing that makes me feel like I need to act like a brat. Like, I don't have to fight to get my way. I just feel really understood, and I think that feeling translates through this project because, like I said, it's a vibe, right?
It's a vibe and it's a mood. It's gonna be real vibey.
It's really vibey.
It's a vibe and it's a mood.
It's a vibe and a mood.
Like we can't be more ambiguous. So now we gotta listen because we gotta know what the vibe is and the mood is. Like,
right. It's leading to something too.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? After that hits you, you're gonna be splashed with something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Look, I'm so excited. You know.
Thank you, JoJo. You're the best.
Do what you're born to do.
Thank you, JoJo.
Who you?
So,
Hi, guys.
yeah. And that's what I'm talking about with you being so private, but you surround yourself with people you trust, you love, you've known for so long. You know, and even me, I feel honored that you wanted to do this with me. To me, it was like, okay, she trusts me. You know?
Yeah, I reached out to you, and normally I never reach out to do interviews, but I reached out to you. One, I know you. Two, I trust you to properly relay the story. And three, I don't do interviews because I'm tired of talking about the show. And there's so much more depth to me than Love and Hip Hop. And I told myself a couple seasons ago that it wasn't until I had something worth talking about and worth promoting that I wouldn't do any interviews, because the interviews reach the masses, but ultimately
all they hear about is Love and Hip Hop.
what am I saying?
Right.
You know, so
And that's a great point, because you are so deep. You know, there's so much to you. I've spent, so much time with you, and like I said, I get asked all the time because people see us in pictures and they go, what is she like? They want to know.
I am crazy, but you have to push me.
It's funny. They feel like they know these other people.
Right.
It's because off camera, they run into them, they see them, they're doing interviews, they're bumping themselves. But you is different. They get to see that, and then they don't get anything.
Yeah,
And
some of my enemies, well, not enemies, we won't call them that anymore because I'm in a different space, but some people that share a common disdain for me, and the feeling is mutual, would say that I hide, and I don't ever hide from anyone I've offended. I just don't care about being seen just to be seen. If I'm going to be seen, there needs to be a reason or a purpose behind it. I'm promoting an EP. I don't know, got casted in a movie or some shit. I don't know. But outside of the show, I'm a homebody. I've always been, this. I'm a homebody. We like movies and snacks and candy, and we stay up all night and stuff like that. But we never really partied. I'm not a party animal. So my interests are a lot different than my peer group. I would rather travel. So if you see my social media, I travel with my friends from Teen Mom. I travel with my family. I used to travel with my ex.
Speaking of family, because we're going to do this right now so we don't get in trouble. We don't shout out your mom.
Oh my God. My mother, Marla, she's a mess.
Neither one of us going to
survive, right? So, but yeah, I'm a homebody, and I was blessed to be exposed to the world in a cultural way from a really young age. And it was really weird to me once I grew up, and my friends in junior high and high school were like, I've never been on a plane. And I couldn't wrap my head around that. What do you mean you've never been on a plane? I've been here. And now I realize that that's a blessing.
It is.
You know what I mean? And not everyone is given that. So
I want to ask you a question that will probably be important, especially considering your peer group. The platform that you were given provides a certain level of opportunity, and you see there's some people who make an incredible lane out of it, Cardi B. And then there's some people who it's like, this is your peak. You're not gonna go past this. This is all you have. What makes the difference between those people? How did you use this platform to do more? How did Cardi, how was she able to use this platform to do more and create a life outside of that?
I think Cardi was blessed. One, she's blessed with talent. One, she's got an amazing personality. I don't know her personally, but even before she got on the show, I was following her on social media. And this may sound crazy, but she kind of reminded me of South Park, where South Park, they touch on very real societal and political issues, but they display it so outrageously and so hilariously. But when you really stop and think about it, that's really how ridiculous and funny it actually is, And so that's what drew me to Cardi, was even though she was so boisterous and funny in her delivery, everything she said had truth and depth to it. And I also liked the fact that at the time I was already on the show, but I would do
Who's there somewhere over there? Do we need to? You good?
When Cardi's social media following started to climb, I was already on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And what was so interesting about her ending up on the show, well, back up. I was already on the show, and what I also liked about Cardi was her ability to just be real, like in her bonnet, in her headscarf, with her baby teeth. But it was very interesting to me because I would post and had been posting the same way, but I caught so much slack. And I didn't understand. I was like, and I used to go at it with promoters. They would be like, can she stop posting in her bonnet? And I would be like, I don't wear makeup. I'm home with my son. Like, I'm not going to get dressed up to do a promo video for you. And that probably hurt me in the long run, but it's okay.
You think that, I mean, and you guys were on different coasts too.
Yeah.
And I think East Coast is a little bit more gritty. And then, LA is all, supposed to be glitz and glamour.
Yeah, well, you know what I think it was with Cardi? I think that, like I said, I think God had a calling on her life. This was always going to be her destiny, with or without Love and Hip Hop. And I think that really what ended up working in her favor was that she left the show after 2 seasons. And that afforded her the opportunity to be taken seriously as an artist. And what I've noticed about my platform, I haven't used my platform to do more. Because for so long I've been stuck in the box that the platform has put me in, that no one was ready to receive anything outside of that scope.
You just said something. You just said she left the show, and it afforded her an opportunity.
Right. Now, I don't know what Cardi's contractual obligation
No, we're
was.
talking about you
No,
now.
so
That's
let
not
me
a preview of, we're just making sure.
Oh, no. Let me be very clear. And this is why I go back to Cardi. And you're saying that I, touching on what I said I felt also was helpful to her career. I don't know what her contractual obligations were. I know what mine are.
Right.
And mine are lock and key. So I could easily, and I'm glad that you asked me to turn, because I want to make this very clear for the people.
I like when you make it very
Yes,
clear for them.
I can leave the show. That is accurate. But when the show has blocked me from doing anything else, anywhere else on television, when the show contractually takes 10% of my publishing for my music, what do I do to make money to provide? Now, I'm not saying I'm above working a regular job, but now we've got tuition, and we've got bi-monthly basketball fees, and we've got 2 cars, and we've got and I'm not saying I can't downsize either, because I can. But there's also a child in the mix of this whole entire thing that I can't allow to suffer in any way. So yes, I can leave the show, but I'm still stuck in a contract that disallows me from being able to provide on any other television platform. And so I think that there are some people that, I don't know if it's the network, I don't know if it's production, that initially they don't believe in. So I don't mind leaving the show. I don't mind downsizing my lifestyle, but that requires a lot. And at this moment, I am absolutely ready to depart from Love and Hip Hop. I'm praying for my clean release. And again, I want to also make this very clear. I think that I know what my decision for leaving the show is. My decision for leaving the show is absolutely mental health related. With each passing season, I get more and more depressed. I am less and less engaged with my cast members. And I'm actually really happy with the way that I ended this season. Viewers will see me make peace with Princess, and not because I'm afraid of her, but because, I just feel like it is true. She said and did a lot of ridiculous things, as did I. And there was a lot of history between the Norwood family and my family before she was ever in a part of the Norwood family. And I'm not discrediting that at all. That is Ray J's wife. She is a Norwood, and I'm happy for them, and you know, their daughter's beautiful. But what really, you know, came over me at the reunion was why? Like, you're a beautiful person, now you're a mom, and you've only been a mom for this long, and the minute someone says anything about your child, you're ready to fight, and that's how it should be.
Right.
And now you understand what I was feeling, and maybe I did a really poor job of getting you to feel what I felt. But it's also unfair to say to me, someone talking about your motherhood is not talking about your child. Well, if, you know, what I said to her was, if someone says to you and insists to you that they know what you don't do with or for your child, that is talking about your child. And so I don't want to carry that kind of malice and hurt and hate in my heart for anybody, because naturally that's not who I am. I have learned to fight my way out of certain situations, but by nature I'm not a fighter. And I'm loyal to a fault. And so I'm really happy with the way that things closed out for me for season 5. I'm literally like, my entire life is drama free.
That's beautiful.
So I don't want to keep coming to work every day and wondering, like, what is it going to be today? Like, what's going to send me over the edge today? You know, at the top of this season, I had a complete mental meltdown. And that was when I chose to go back on medication, because I just couldn't see how I was going to get through the season. Like, I didn't see a way out of no way. Like, I didn't see how I was going to get up every day, get my son to school, get my son to practice, get my son to tutoring, go to set, deal with all the fuckery, pick him up, cook dinner, do homework, do the bath. And I know working moms do it every day, but our jobs are totally different.
Right. And Cam is, oh my God, he's growing up.
I know,
so
right?
Big. He's so cool. And what's so great, you know what? Say what you will about social media.
Mm-hmm.
But what social media does is gives people a glimpse into what you're really doing.
Right.
Even if the narrative is skewed or pointed in another direction. And you and Cam have the most beautiful relationship. That is your, like,
he's my
kindred
mini
little
me.
spirit.
He's my mini me in every way, bro. He's my mini me emotionally.
That is a ride or die. Like.
That's his face is my whole face. He's me all day, and I feel like my bond with Cameron has actually never been stronger. So I'm just outside of the show in a really healthy space, and I just want to stay there.
And that's what we're gonna feel from the music now, right?
That's what you'll feel in the music. That's what you see on my social media. And God willing, that's what people will get to see when I hit the road, hopefully, prayerfully, that we get that far.
Well, I want the debut for the album. So, you know I'm going to be bugging you when release time comes around.
The EP drops November 12th.
Okay. So we got a few weeks.
We have a couple weeks.
And right now, we just got through listening to Queen of Diamonds. It's fire. You know.
I actually have a feature on that one. Shout out to K Goddess from New York.
Okay.
Yeah, so
is there going to be
fun.
videos coming soon?
I'm shooting videos. I'm shooting videos soon. So today we're shooting the single covers for Queen of Diamonds, Petty, and the EP cover for The Naked Truth. And then a few weeks from now, we'll get the video shot to Petty and a song called I Do, which I'm actually not making a single. And then I will immediately get to work on the second one. So yeah, hopefully somewhere in there I can have a few spot dates.
Anything else that we can expect from you coming up? Or is it just listen for
Just
this music?
listen. Watch and listen.
November 12th, The Naked Truth comes out. You know, we're going to keep it locked.
Yes.
I know you got to get back to your shoot.
I do.
Listen, I love you.
Love you tons.
Thank
Thank you for
you
coming
so
and thank you for
much.
doing this with me.
Oh man, it was my pleasure, and I'm excited. I'm excited for the album to drop. I'm excited for everything, and you always have a plan.
Thank you, Mo.
Hey, Hip Hop Weekly, Moniece Slaughter, she doing her thing, and we out.
You like my...
We need to do it